For decades, air travel followed a familiar rhythm. People learned the rules once, repeated the same habits for years, and trusted that airports worked the same way everywhere. Experience created confidence. Familiarity created comfort. In 2026, many of those assumptions no longer hold. Airports have changed quietly. Airlines have changed quietly. Enforcement has changed quietly. And, travelers who rely on what used to be true are often the ones who experience delays, confusion, or even denied boarding. In this video, we are breaking down the most common airport assumptions that are no longer true, why they stopped being true, and how understanding this shift helps travelers move through airports more smoothly. This is not about fear, it is about updating expectations. Assumption 1. Arriving early guarantees a smooth experience. For years, travelers were told that arriving early solved most problems. In 2026, arriving early helps only if preparation is complete. Many travelers arrive early but still face issues because documents are incomplete, entry requirements were misunderstood, bags are non-compliant, or assistance was not pre-arranged. Early arrival gives time, but honestly, time does not fix rule conflicts. Airports now operate on sequential systems. If one step fails, extra time is, consumed really quickly. Early arrival without preparation creates a kind of false security. Assumption 2. Online check-in means you are cleared to fly. Online check-in has become standard. Many travelers believe that once a boarding pass is issued, boarding is, guaranteed. But in 2026, online check-in really just confirms intent, not eligibility. Airlines still need to verify things like passport validity, visa requirements, destination entry rules, and onward travel proof. Online systems just can't fully assess all these factors. This is why travelers with valid boarding passes are still stopped at bag drop, document checks, and boarding gates. The boarding pass does not override compliance. Assumption 3. If it passed security, it is allowed on the plane. This is, honestly, one of the most common misunderstandings. Security screening and airline boarding enforcement are separate processes. Security focuses on safety, while airlines focus on cabin logistics and compliance. In 2026, items that pass security can still be rejected at the gate due to size limits, weight limits, destination restrictions, or even cabin space concerns. So, just passing security does not guarantee your carry-on will be approved. Assumption 4 is that rules are the same at every airport. Many travelers assume airport rules are universal, but they are not. In 2026, enforcement actually varies based on country, airport, airline, aircraft type, and even destination. An item accepted at one airport may be rejected at another, and a procedure allowed on one route may not apply on a different connection. Basically, consistency exists within systems, not across them. Assumption 5 is that staff can make exceptions if needed. Travelers often rely on staff flexibility, and in previous years exceptions were sometimes possible, but in 2026, staff operate under stricter constraints. They are limited by automated systems, safety regulations, scheduling penalties, and compliance audits. So, when staff say they cannot make an exception, it's usually because systems do not allow it. Intent or explanation rarely changes outcomes. Assumption 6. Boarding times are suggestions. Many travelers treat boarding times as just estimates. But in 2026, boarding windows are actually firm. Airlines now close boarding earlier to protect schedules, reduce penalties, and maintain system flow. If a passenger arrives after the gate is closed, boarding is often denied without any discussion. Just being inside the terminal doesn't guarantee you'll get on your flight. Assumption 7. Experience prevents problems. A lot of frequent travelers, they rely on their experience and assume they know what works. But in 2026, experience can actually become a disadvantage if it relies on outdated rules. Air travel systems now prioritize automation, consistency, and risk reduction. So, habits formed years ago might actually conflict with modern enforcement. These days, prepared travelers really do outperform experienced ones. Assumption 8. Assistance can be requested on arrival. Many travelers, especially seniors, assume assistance can just be arranged at the airport. But in 2026, a lot of assistance services require advance notice. This includes mobility assistance, early boarding and seating accommodations. Without pre-booking, those services might not be available in time. Delays caused by assistance gaps often affect boarding eligibility, so it's important to plan ahead. Assumption 9. Explanations reduce scrutiny. Travelers often believe that explaining a situation helps, but at airports, explanation does not override procedure. Security and airline staff follow protocols, no matter what. Providing extra information can actually slow processing, trigger additional checks, or even create confusion. Clear, brief responses work better than detailed explanations. Assumption 10. Behavior does not affect outcomes. Many travelers believe that rules alone determine outcomes, but in reality, behavior plays a role too. In 2026, airports rely on compliance observation, cooperation assessment, and risk awareness. Travelers who appear rushed, frustrated, or argumentative are, honestly, more likely to experience delays. Calm, cooperative behavior helps systems function smoothly. Assumption 11. Gate information stays consistent. Gate assignments change more frequently than before, and airports manage congestion dynamically. Travelers who stop checking screens rely on printed information or assume the gate is final, risk arriving late unintentionally. In 2026, active monitoring is essential. Assumption 12. Personal items are flexible. But personal item enforcement has tightened. Airlines now count items strictly. Small extra bags that were tolerated before are now flagged. This affects purses, backpacks, and laptop cases. Gate agents count items, not convenience. So, why do these old assumptions just not hold up anymore? Well, air travel systems really changed for three main reasons: increased passenger volume, tighter schedules, and higher penalties for delays. Flexibility actually decreased as automation increased. What used to depend on someone's judgment now depends on systems. Successful travelers in 2026 do a few key things. They verify rules before arriving, prepare their documents clearly, pack pretty conservatively, arrive at gates earlier, and honestly, they monitor updates continuously. They don't rely on assumptions anymore. Instead, they rely on preparation. Here's what all this means going forward. Understanding that those old assumptions just don't apply anymore really changes how travelers approach airports. It helps reduce frustration, it cuts down on surprises, and it lowers risk. Most travel problems in 2026 don't actually come from breaking the rules. They come from following rules that, no longer exist. Just a final reminder here. Airports didn't become stricter overnight, they evolved quietly over time. Travelers who update their expectations travel more smoothly than those who rely on past experience. In the upcoming videos, we'll keep explaining these changes so you can move through airports with confidence and clarity.